Okay guys, we're starting another Power Ranger helmet. This is the Yellow Ranger helmet, and I've been kinda sick the last couple of days, so all I've been able to do is sit inside and sculpt. So we're gonna go from beginning to end here on the Yellow Ranger helmet. This sculpt was completed in about 4 hours. I did 3/4 of the helmet, so I could get the measurements right of where the split would be in the back of the helmet. So I did not put clay on the back of the helmet at this point. I will be adding that and then reshaping that, and that will go to molding, of course. The White Ranger is still on a armature as well, and it will probably get molded around the same time. What I'm doing right here in the video is not much. It's very boring, so I don't blame me if you fast forward. But I'm basically looking on my laptop to my left and trying to see how the visor is supposed to fit. And like you'll see in my other videos, I start out with a piece of tracing paper and I draw the design on one half and flip it over and then trace it on the other side, and it gives me an even visor pattern, which I feel for these helmets is critical to the whole helmet, because if you get the visor in the right size, then everything else is gonna size up accordingly. I'll spend a little more time on the visor this time than I do in my other videos, mainly because the two front teeth of the mask actually go over the visor, and as always with clay, it's easier to smooth it and then work on top of it as opposed to keep it rough and then work your details, because as you try to trim your details, you end up messing up, or should I say, as you try to smooth it, you end up messing up your small details. So the reference for this Yellow Ranger is actually pretty limited. I did find on cosplay.com a girl who did a full Yellow Ranger suit, and she had lots of poses, so I was able to see the front, back, and side of the helmet. I don't know that the helmet was actually accurate, but it was one of the better looking Yellow Ranger helmets that I saw. So I figured I'd just go with that one because I was just really itching to start sculpting, and it's been like 2 days like trying to find pictures, and it's just very limited. So what I'm doing here is I'm building up on the top. I've already added a lot of clay to the previous Red Ranger helmet, which is what we're using as the armature. But now I'm building up the peaks and whatnot. That way I can carve down instead of adding up. So that's where we are at this point. If you're curious what's actually holding the helmet up, I take a piece of cardboard, preferably a stiff piece, and I roll it around a dowel, and then I put it inside of the helmet opening and expand it to the right size, and I make a mark, and I just glue up, and I'm basically make a cardboard cylinder, and then I put a couple struts in the middle of the cylinder to keep it solid, and just use a bunch of hot glue and glue it down on a little platform there, and it seems to work very well. Like temporary armatures, but they're sturdy and they work perfect for this. So it might save you a couple bucks. All it is basically trash, you know. I try to save all the cardboard my wife brings home and stuff like that, because cardboard's very useful when doing this kind of stuff. I don't know that my method of sculpting helmets is unorthodox, but it does work for me in the fact of shaping it rough and then shaping it a little less rough and then coming back at the very end and smoothing everything. I get the basic shape, okay? Like, I get the shape roundness of the helmet I want, and it might still be rough as far as finger smears and stuff like that, But once I get that rough shape and I get everything roughed out, then I get excited about the way it looks, and then I'll tend to spend more time smoothing it because it'll come out so much better. I wasn't trying to rush the sculpt or anything, but it's basically I was sick and just didn't have anything to do, so stayed inside, relaxed, jamming out to some tunes, and carving down the helmet. So just watch what's going on here. The nose was also another pivotal part on this helmet. The nose was off center, or not around the visor where it should be. It threw off the look of the helmet. So I basically made a makeshift nose so I could line things up, and you'll see me take it on and off at times and reshape it, and then pull the brow down and pull the brow back up, and that's so I could get the actual nose of the helmet right, because I thought this would be more or less like a round helmet, but as I was looking at the images, between the nose and the eye, the helmet actually like flattens out right there. So that kind of threw me off, and that took a little extra effort to try to get sculpted, but the end result came out pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with it. Yep. Oh, I had a viewer ask earlier in the comments, actually it was Jacob Betts, a friend of mine, asked me what kind of clay I was using, and for most of my sculptures I use clean clay. It's a non-sulfur based clay, and it's actually one of the cheaper clays. It comes in a medium consistency, and it's very easy to work. And I find it very nice after you let the clay sit up for a while in a cool environment. The clay gets a little hardness to it, and you can actually really shape really good. It's oil-based clay, so it never dries out, so you can come back to it as much as you want. You don't ever have to worry about it drying out. I was reading online that they're going to actually discontinue clean clay. Now I don't know if they're just going to change names or exactly what they're going to do, but it could be hard to find. So I think if I make another big purchase, I'll probably get like Chavant or something like that, a clay that's been around a while. I don't have to worry about them, get rid of them. It's going to be a pain when I get clay and none of it matches the tan of my clay. I like tan because of the color contrast. It's all in color, but the contrast of light and dark, you really just get a clay that helps you with the way your eyes see your image. Helps me see the high points better. I think I might go with a light gray clay, or maybe a dark gray clay next, because I've used body filler and stuff a lot, and my eyes are very inept to gray shades, so I might try that. So not much really to say. Just kind of going with the timeline here. But yeah, guys, stay tuned for some more helmet building, and keep watching, because we basically get this helmet almost to completion in 4 hours. Now there's still going to be some fine tuning and some smoothing, but you guys will see the Yellow Ranger come to life. So thanks for watching.